The overthinking has a lot of advantages. There are a lot of individuals that have done a lot of things for the nations. Why? Because the overthinking they have done, their thoughts are that much effective. Their amount of take an example of any individual. Like we have Newton, like we have a lot of Albert Einstein, a lot of individuals. Because of their overthinking, they have spent a lot of time towards one thing. That's why they are now we are able to revert this kind of thing. Now we are able to use this kind of thing. Why? People use overthinking to use them in a productive way. That's the thing.
In my opinion, overthinking is the worst thing about the person who thinks about it, because overthink is always about thinking so much, and it can't be practical. If you talk about scientists used to be think about practical things, that what they want to do and what they can try to achieve, not about overthink. Overthink is a thing like a procrastination, that you overthink a lot and you didn't know about what you can do and what you can achieve. And if a person is thinking about overthinking, so he will stuck in the overthinking. He just can't do anything. He just be sad, or he will just be thinking about how will I supposed to be around about the overthinking. How can we suffer a lot about overthinking when a person is overthinking? So he just stuck in the loop of overthinking, and he can't be denied that what he have to do in practically. But if you're thinking realism, and you're thinking about so much thing about not overthinking, just thinking about you have to do a work and you will do it. But if you're overthinking, you can't be done perfectly. If you are doing the work, you're just thinking about the other things, other stuff, and you can't be do the one thing easily. But after overthinking, you just stuck, and you have to be a worst decision about your life.
No, anything that we will do. Overthinking help us to layer off the things that we want to do. If you are curious to do it, any take an example, a person that wants to go to the who wants to get the IIT. So how the person will get IIT? Because the person will think about these things. Oh, every time the person will think that what kind of thing I can do more, but I can think I can improve it to just make it more clear. So then the person can do anything. It doesn't mean it's not an example. Every person, everything you will see, people will think more, so they can get more ideas toward these things. They will diverse perspective, so they can they can think about this deeply. How the critical cases are solved in the Supreme Court, and a lot of decisions they are making because they have deep thinking, they overthink. That's why they are making now they are able to make the decisions on the big things. How the policies and the laws are making these institutions. Why? Because they have overthinking a lot. That's why they have to spend a lot of time. This is the reason. That's why now we are able to use this in a positive way.
So overthink cause depression. As you know about, if a person is facing depression, so he always overthink about the stuff, overthink about the thing he has to do. But if you are not thinking overthinking, so a person who is already in depression, he can do other stuff. But a person who is doing overthinking, he always be stuck in a depression. And many people who have mentally problem, he just do overthink about the stuff. They can't do that. It is the reason that many people avoid overthinking. Many person never think about overthinking. Many person think about thinking about the life, what they can do, not about what they can't do. It is the reason that many people try to avoid overthinking, and it is the worst thing about the person who overthinking, because if you are sleeping right now and you're thinking overthinking, you can't be sleep easily. You're just thinking about so many ideas. Like about what is the scenario, what can we create scenario, and you make a lot of scenario in negative, and overthinking always be in negative, not in positive.